Two, one. Hey, welcome back to Forces of Freedom and Fascism. This will be part two of the COVID election connection. So, yep, we have. This was never intended to be a ballot box. That's one thing that has to be banned if, unless you want Hunter Biden to be in the White House in 2024. And we're going to have like 100 million people up at the Capitol. Yeah. Ballots everywhere. Ballots. Thanks to the COVID connection election. Be in the control group of this experiment and any other further future experiments. COVID-2 is coming to a theater near you. All right, let's get to it. Zuckbucks. Okay, so I want to talk about this first. Let's turn this down a little bit. So, yeah, national turnout rate 1789 to the present. So that's kind of interesting. This has nothing to do with what we're talking about, but property owners who meet a religious test, so you have to own property and I guess be a Christian, know the Bible. Do you know your Revelations 2:9? I hope you do. So, voter, whatever, turnout rates, eligible population. So here it is here. See, property owners are the only people that can vote. And then you had balancing out of around here. That's kind of interesting here. This is above 80%, above for sure 75%, above 70%. And then we have this drag. This, I believe, is the 19th Amendment. The 19th Amendment just dragged us down. Yeah. I'll be getting to that. This is kind of interesting here too. This is the exact stat. In 2020, the turnout rate was 66.6%. That's an evil percentage to say the least. And it is an outlier. So right here, this is 2020 election. A total complete outlier. You have to go back all the way to the 1900s to get anything as high as that. About 1900 or 18 something. And so this hasn't happened for 120 years. This is what's called an anomaly. So it sticks out like a sore thumb. Even though you saw the amount of people that turned out to some of the rallies. Here's another thing, this is kind of interesting. The history of voter turnout in the United States. Okay. Here we've got property rights. That requirement was removed. And then went up to like over 75% that we have right here. This is kind of interesting. Increased turnout from increased partisanship and youth clubs. So that's pretty interesting. You know, this is a big like drag, and it kind of like dragged us down. This is the 19th Amendment, gives women the right to vote. Yeah, and I don't know what happened. Like, it's still cold, you know. You still got to vote in November, and it's like they couldn't decide what to wear, and yeah, it was just like they couldn't decide, and they just, okay, well, fine, we won't go that. and so this is the big drag down at the 19th Amendment. I love the Constitution. I love all of the amendments. But come on. The 19th, that should be... Anyway. So here we have... This is the only thing really I wanted to point out to you is 2020 election had the highest turnout since 1900 election right here. The outlier is what I was talking about. So in 120 years. So there's way higher than the amount. The other thing I wanted to show you too is that, you know, no more than 60% ever vote. And look at this, is 50%, 50% here, and these were in the 50%, and then, you know, it was only until here that it started to get higher. The one before Trump was fairly high. And then, so up here though, this is a percent. It never got 100%, and really, at least 10% of the population just simply never ever vote. So if we take a look back at our stats over here, so we had a 60% turnout rate, and then all we really needed to get ahead is, yeah, I would say at least we had like 10% of the vote that had to be, they had to bring it in from somewhere. And so hopefully, you know, you've understood and realized up until now, you know, the question of what is ballot harvesting. You know, hopefully you've heard about this thing by now. So the watered down version of the definition goes like, you know, ballot harvesting refers to the practice of collecting and submitting mail-in ballots on behalf of other individuals. That's the end of part 2 of the COVID election connection. Thank you for exploring the crucial topic of voter turnout with us. Before you go, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more insightful content. Now let's dive into the next chapter of our political journey, ballot harvesting. Ever wondered about its impact on elections? Stay tuned as we unravel the intricacies on our next video, episode 3 of the COVID election connection. Don't miss out. It's about to get fascinating. Click right here to continue the journey. See you in the next video.